Hey there, beautiful souls. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so this is going to be a tarot reading that is relating to the Virgo new moon that we will be having soon. Okay, so what does this mean for each sign? We are going to be looking at that. But before we look at that, I just want to quickly give you some ideas in regards to what's happening with this new moon in Virgo, because it's a very, very special time. Okay, it's very special. It is very potent, and it is the point of manifestation during this time for everyone at the personal as well as the collective level. Okay, so I've got some information written down here very quickly, okay, on my whiteboard. So it's a new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, okay, depending on where you are. So for example, in my area it's probably going to be like around in the morning. In England it may be around early morning, very early morning, for example, okay, before sunrise. So it's on the 23rd, and like I said, depending on where you are, the time as well as the day could also differ. Okay, it doesn't matter really, because it's not about catching it when it becomes a new moon, because you'll feel the energies usually with the new or the full moon. You will feel the energies 3 days before, and the full or the new moon being right in the middle of 3 days before and 3 days after. So it's like a week, a total week where the moon is in the middle of the week. Okay, you'll start to feel the energies 3 days before it occurs, and it will affect you 3 days after. But this does not mean it's going to end then. Okay, this can go on for up to 2 years, okay, maybe more. It could really have a strong effect on you up to 6 months, or up until the next new moon or the full moon. Okay, everyone is different, and depends on your chart as well when you look at astrology. Now, this is not an astrology reading, it is a tarot reading, but everything is interconnected. Okay, so even when we do tarot, in the tarot cards we have all the planets, we have all the signs, the elements, they're all there. Everything is interconnected, and astrology is more calculated. It is more I would say like a science. You know, it's like some sort of science that is like a forecast for you. Okay, the tarot is more like a visual channeling using the tools of the cards. Okay, the tools are the cards. It's a visual channeling because everything is energy. When you go back to the basics of everything, everything is energy. Everything is, if you look into the atom, which is the foundations of our existence in the physical world, it is 99.9% empty energy. Okay, it's energy. Everything is just empty. Everything is, well, even though it's empty, there's the consciousness, okay, the awareness, the consciousness, which is the only thing that is true. Okay, so if you are aware, if you are awake, okay, having awareness is understanding that this world is just like a dream. It's like a virtual reality game. Okay, you may decide to think of it that way, but it has been scientifically proven that it is something like that because of the way everything is made up in reality. Now, we don't have linear things happening in our time, history, past, future. Everything is cyclic. It's a cycle. Okay, cycles of experiences, cycles of existences. Okay, so nothing is linear. Okay, we think that, you know, it starts from the past, ancient times, up until now. It started then and now it's happening. It's a cycle. It doesn't happen that way. What we think of history is actually existing now. Okay, because everything is like a fractal. Okay, it's very hard to explain all of these in a very short amount of time, but it is occurring. The new moon is occurring in August 23rd, where the sun and moon will be conjunct at 0 degrees in the sign of Virgo. Okay, so 0 degrees is considered the purest state of beginnings in astrology. Okay, it is the well, you know, not just in astrology, 0 is like the beginning. Okay. It is the most intense form of energy or raw energy of that specific sign. Okay, so 0 means when we have the sun and the moon at 0 degrees, you know, it's like a brand new beginning, and it's a new moon, which is the energy of 0. Okay, new beginning. Conjunct means that, so if you're wondering what conjunct means, it's a conjunction is when you have two planets that are within close proximity, okay, by sign or degree of each other, and usually astrologers use up to 10 degrees, okay, from 0 to 10 degrees, which is conjunction. Okay, we also have the anaretic degree, which starts somewhere around, I think, 26 degrees up until 0, because it goes up to, like, the cycle is from 0 all the way around to 30. It's like so, and from 30 it goes back to 0 again, and when you look at it, it's pretty much like, you know, the days of the month. Okay, it's a cycle, the moon cycle, okay, the month. So it's like, you know, when you're at the beginning of the month, it's like the new month. Okay, but as you come into a close, it's like, you know, when you go to work and you're like, you get to Monday could be like, you know, very hard because it's the beginning of the week. Okay, it's like you're still trying to wake up. Okay, and then it kicks in, and Thursday it starts to, you know, like you start to feel like you want the week to end when Thursday starts to kick in. Okay, and then Friday you're like, towards the end of the day, you're like, yay, okay, now I can go and do fun things, okay, or go out, or you may even be looking forwards to cleaning your home or whatever. Okay, so it's pretty much the same energy. When we go from the anaretic degree, it's kind of like a very hard closing, because it's like a cycle, the ending, in other words, the death, okay, and then the new beginning, the birth. Okay, so when we get to the death energy or the ending energy, it can be a little bit hard. Okay, it can be slowing down and you want to push forwards, and then it's a new beginning, and it's like new things starting. Okay, so the birth, the energy of birth. Okay, so cycles are pretty much like that. And when we're at 0 degrees, it is the point of potential. Okay, it's like imagine a baby being conceived, but it has not formed yet. It is a potential. The soul has not even attached to it as yet. Okay, so it's just a conception at the 0 degree. It's like an idea. It's like a new beginning to something, but what you need to do is, it's like a new seed that you put into the soil, and it's in the darkness, in like the new moon is dark. Okay, and it's very rare that we have the sun and the moon together in very close proximity in the conjunct at 0 degrees. Okay, so it's like a seed, it's like a conceived baby, it's like an idea, but it will not grow unless you do something about it. You need to water and take care of that seed. You need to do something about the idea that you had. Take some sort of action, or feel motivation, or passion, or whatever it is. You need to do something to make it evolve or grow. Okay. The other thing we have is, during that same time, we have Saturn at 0 degrees as well. Okay, so this is so when we look at Saturn, Saturn is known as it's all about structure and authority and discipline and limitations, time and restrictions, and Saturn is like that strict professor or teacher or father figure. Okay, Saturn, well, some people say Saturn is actually female, some people say it's male. I believe that everything has both energies, just like our brain has the male and female energies. We have both the divine feminine, masculine, which is the way we think, okay, which is the way we connect to the world. So we've got the left brain and the right brain, and the right brain is the feminine, left brain is the masculine. Okay, and if you have a balance between the two, you know, you're somewhere where you have higher potential. Okay, so with Saturn, yeah, a lot of people say, you know, it's that hard testing male authority figure kind of energy, Saturn, but they say Saturn is, some people say Saturn is female. Okay, I believe all planets have their masculine and feminine energies. Everything has. If the atoms have electrons and protons, which are the positive and negative charges, it means that they are positive and negative. In other words, positive being masculine, negative being feminine. It's just an energy. It's not good or bad. Okay, don't get the wrong idea. It's just an energy, just like the energy in your battery. Okay, so it is the yin and yang energy, basically. So Saturn doesn't, you know, usually the sun is more of the masculine and the moon is more of the feminine. Okay, but when we look at all the other planets, they have both the energies. So Saturn will be at 0 degrees as well. Now, what does this mean? Okay, because Saturn is restrictive, Saturn is, you know, it's all about time, it's all about discipline, it's all about authority and limitations. And Saturn is associated with the day Saturday. Okay, Saturn day. Okay, so maybe there's going to be more things associated with Saturday, for example. Who knows? So Saturn being at 0 degrees, Saturn's going to be teaching, okay, there, or should I say, there's going to be a lot of learning and teaching during this time, where Saturn will be there as well at 0 degrees. Okay. And it will be in Virgo. Okay. So Virgo is also a sign that relates to analyzing things, okay, looking at the details, and it involves, because Virgo is earth energy, earth element, and Saturn rules Capricorn, even though Saturn rules Aquarius as well, but Saturn rules Capricorn, which is earth energy as well. Okay, so it's all about grounding. So we're seeing that grounding energy, but Virgo is associated with the mind. Okay, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Okay, it's all about the mind, your intellect, how the intellect works, how your mind works, your logic, the mind, how you communicate, how you think. Okay. And it is very detail orientated. So Virgo is all about looking at the details. And when we've got Saturn there, okay, it is learning about, you know, or gaining more clarity, in other words. Okay, yes, you will be learning a lot about your life, getting more, you know, like feeling more grounded in regards to your preferences in regards to life. Okay, but there will be a lot of increased mental clarity, and we will find grounding in relation to our goals about our lives. Okay, it's like, now I really wanted to do that or start that. Now that goal of mine, is it realistic? Is it something that I can actually attain? Is this something that I should actually follow? During this time you can, you know, there are potentials, because 0 degrees means potential. Okay, so there are potentials to start new projects or business, or and if you've had certain ideas or desires or anything, okay, that you wanted to do, these things that have been put into the back burner will come out, and you know, these long delayed plans will be put into action. Okay, and your daily life will become a little bit more efficient because there's more mental clarity during this time. Okay, so Virgo is also associated with a service to others and health. Okay, it's related to the health sector. Okay, and Saturn, having Saturn there, Saturn is associated with your foundations, your the pillars of your physical body, which are your bones. Okay, so your bones, Saturn is associated with the bones, the pillars that hold you up. Okay, it's also associated with teeth, anything that relates to bone. Okay, so in regards to, if you've had issues with these, or, you know, say your knees, your shoulders, you know, anything to do with your joints or bones, etc., you will actually find more balance in regards to these health issues. Okay, there will be more balance because of how you nourish yourself, you know, nutrition, and living habits. Okay, so, or there could be trends, there could be things that just pop up to support these things in the collective. Okay, so there's one side to Virgo. Okay, Virgo is very detail orientated. Yes, sometimes, you know, it can go to the extreme where it can become perfectionism. And during this time, you're advised to find balance. Okay, so don't end up, if you find that you're starting to drown in the details, stop, be aware, and then find balance. Find balance by going back, okay, back to the main idea instead of, you know, getting into all the details. Okay, now if you want more details, if you want an astrology reading, or if you want a personalized tarot reading, or if you want to join our membership where we've got a lot of free stuff there that you know, may resonate with, just, you know, check us out. Go on girlandhermoon.com, check us out and see if you resonate with anything. Okay, there's a lot of free stuff there as well that, you know, you can take advantage of, which is, you know, it's always good to see if there's something there that, you know, you may get new information. Okay, this could be something that you needed to listen to and find a way to resolve a burning question deep down, for example. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to, before I start the reading, okay, the other thing that I want to, just going to put that away. The other thing that I want to touch up on before I start the zodiac signs and do the tarot reading, I want to say that during this time with the new moon, okay, the new moons usually are new beginnings, okay, and we got the sun and moon both at 0 degrees, which is an amazing new beginning, and then, you know, Saturn's there to help us to become more disciplined. Okay, Saturn is actually going to be very helpful during this time, very, very helpful. Okay, it's going to ground us, it's going to help us to find the ability to be strong with our pillars. Okay, so even though our physical body, the pillars of our physical body are the bones, we also have, you know, what's in there is also out there, what we experience out there. As, say, we start a business, we are learning to be more grounded, more structured with our setting up our pillars for the, say, if it's a business. Okay, so it's giving us more discipline, more grounding, more stability and structure to start something at the 0 degree. Okay, now the other thing, like I said, I wanted to mention was the new moon in Virgo, which marks the threshold before a new beginning. It is, because it's not something that has been initiated, it's not at 1 degree. So 1 degree is like it's conceived, the baby is conceived, the soul is there, so this child will be born. But at 0 degrees, it's just a conception. There's nothing yet. It's not a seed that has not been sprouted yet. Okay, there's no action there. Okay, so what this means is that it's like a gray area. It's a waiting period. It's like a time of limbo. Okay, and usually this is because it's a yin energy. The new moon is a yin energy opposed to the full moon, which is more of a yang energy. The yin energy of the moon, the darkness of the moon, is pretty much like the seed being under the dark soil. Okay, So it is about an internal thing rather than an external thing. Okay, so the feeling of the limbo, or being in that gray area, being in that waiting period, okay, is not an external thing. It's more of an internal thing. Okay, even though it may be an external experience, okay, like relationships, for example, or a job, okay, so but it's arising from an internal experience or internal fear. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. So if you want to change your job, or you want to get out of a relationship, but you can't seem to, you can't seem to pull your courage to take action, this is the time where this is the waiting, which stems from a desire for security. Okay, it's from a fear or uncertainty. But with the Virgo new moon, you will question that. You will question how much longer you can put up with that job or that relationship, or how long you can remain waiting in a limbo. Okay, that's the kind of energy that this has at the personal level. Okay. What else can I touch up on? Okay, so when we look at health, I think I did mention that health, Virgo is all about hygiene and preventative health. Okay, so Virgo is very, very, very much, associated with the health sector. And it's about, supporting through, if we look at the collective aspect of the new moon, it's about supporting through public awareness, okay, or campaigns that relate to preventing health issues. Okay, you may see a lot of things come up, don't do this, kick this bad habit, or drink more water, or you'll start seeing more of these things coming up during this time. Now with food and service, that is also part of Virgo energy. So Virgo is more leaning towards less but high quality. Okay, so you'll see more of that as well. And simplified, it's like eat more simple, more I wouldn't say raw, but more simple, like in its most natural possible way, instead of like mixing everything together and cooking everything and coming up with this dish that is totally processed. So it's more like simple, natural, and clean, and possibly even raw as much as possible, like the grains and so forth. So less but high quality. Okay, so fresh, anything that is fresh has more energy. Anything that waits withers, energy starts to die. So even if you eat 3 times the amount, you're not getting as much energy, because we don't actually eat. Our main source of nourishment is the energy of that particular food that we eat. Okay, so the more it waits in your fridge, for example, the energy starts to wither and die. So even if you eat that, you're not getting as much. Okay, That is why you're meant to be eating it as fresh as possible. Okay. Yes, you can freeze, because that's freezing the energy, holding it there. It's that the liquid and also all the other nourishment, okay, that is part of that, say, vegetable or green, is frozen by shocking it in a certain way. It's become crystallized. It's just sitting there in a crystallized manner, and once it's thawed, it's back to where it was. Okay, there may be a little bit of, you know, energy, low energy, but not as much as, you know, the fresh being kept in the fridge for a long time. So with food and service, less but high quality, fresh, simple, and raw as much as possible. That's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of feel I get. Information will come out there, or will be a trend, or will be talked about. Okay, when we look at the economy, everyone's like, you know, what's going to happen with money? Okay, economy. I feel like, you know, with this energy, there could be new business sectors or models that may come through. Okay, brand new business that did not exist before, for example. Okay, there could be job changes, restructuring. There could also be like crisis management. Yeah, that's also another thing that I'm getting. There could be people being, you know, trained for planning abilities, you know, helping them to plan better. So, because it's all about details, it's not about leading, it's about details. So there's more planning involved, there's, you know, management skills involved. Yeah, so these are the things that I'm kind of like getting here in regards to these energies. Now, when we look at from Leo to Virgo, okay, we see this in our history. Okay, so when we look at the Sphinx, okay, the Sphinx is a lion, but the head is a female maiden. So it's like the Sphinx being a lion, which is Leo, and the head of the lion, I mean, they try to put a beard on it and try to make it, you know, a male, but it's actually a female, because it's from the lion or Leo to Virgo, which is the maiden, the female. Okay, and that beard kept falling off, so it didn't work out. Yeah, so the Sphinx is actually a female. Okay, it's the maiden and the lion body, which is, you know, the point of, from the ending of the cycle to the beginning of the cycle at that 0 point. So the Sphinx actually represents, or should I say, what we're going to experience with this Virgo new moon, the sun being there as well, is very similar to that energy of the Sphinx. It represents a new beginning. It represents a new beginning at the conscious level. Okay, it represents how would I say this? It's like a new order, okay, that will be triggered. Not just at the personal level, but at the collective level as well. And it is at the collective consciousness. Okay, so because we're all connected, we're not separate, even though we may feel like we're individualized. We're like the cells of a bigger body. Okay, so every cell is connected to that body. Okay, and it works in unison. So we are not separated, even though the cells are individual like us. They are all working together with all the systems within the body, just like we are. We're working in the system of the universe. Okay, so we're all connected. Okay, each atom is like the micro version of a solar system. Each cell is like the micro version of a galaxy, and the universe is pretty much like a bigger body, a macro version of a physical body, okay, or system. Okay, there are systems within the system. So every system works together. They don't work for each other. Just like your guides, your angels, even your loved ones that passed on, they come to guide you. They don't work for you. They work with you because they're also learning something. Okay, everything and everyone is working with each other. We're all colleagues. We're not special where the guides come in and they don't work for us. We work all together. Okay, we do what we are meant to be doing in this world, and they do what they're meant to be doing in their world, and we're working together. Everything's working together. Everything is in a system, and it's in perfect order. Nothing is out of whack. Even though we may be going through crisis in the collective or even at the personal level, it's like a birthing. When you go through labor, when you go through the contractions, you go through that hard time where it is so hard, and even the baby cries when, you know, it is born. It's probably saying, why am I here? But you need to go through the downs to be able to go through the up. Okay, if you go through life in a linear or very, you know, it's like you're a zombie. There's nothing there that you're experiencing in the full. This is known as the pendulum. Okay, so when you swing a pendulum, when you hold a pendulum, it swings this way and it swings that way. If it swings to a certain degree this way, it needs to swing the same amount on the other side. It can't go this high point and then this low point. It can't. It has to be equal. So the more highs you have, the more lows you will have. Okay, if you're experiencing really, really strong high moments, you will experience really, really strong low moments in your experience. It is, how can I say it? It's physics, okay? It's not like, if you're somewhere in between, okay, if you're like having a little bit of high and a little bit of low, it's like you're being drugged, where you can't go any higher or lower. It's like you're on some sort of drug where it's holding you there like a zombie. Okay, you need to be able to experience the highs and the lows. It is how nature is. Nature works this way, okay? Everything in nature works this way. We're not separate from nature. We are nature, okay? And in nature, when you look at nature, everything works in harmony with each other. Nothing's fighting to survive. Everything's working in harmony, okay? It's just as human beings, our perceptions, the way we've been taught, how we've been programmed, that life is hard and we need to fight to survive. And we're always thinking that the world is a place of fighting, okay, for survival. But we're part of nature, and when we look at nature itself, nothing strives to survive. Everything is working in harmony. It's the way it's meant to be, okay? So when we work with nature, we are in our true nature, okay? We are in our true being. But when we're against it, that's when we are in that fighting, fight, flight, freeze, okay? In that survival mode, and it is very tiring. Yeah. Okay, so I'll wrap it up there with the intro, and we'll do the reading for the zodiac signs. Okay, so we'll start with Aries. Okay, so just went to get a glass of water. Okay, we'll start with Aries. Okay, let's see what comes through. So when you're, so before I start the reading, I also want to mention, when you listen to these readings, what you can do is listen to your, if you know your birth time and your rising sign, your ascending sign, you can listen to that, which is basically you, okay? At every level, it is who you really are at every level in this world, okay? If you listen to your sun sign, it is your soul, okay? It is who you are at the soul level. If you listen to your moon sign, it's all about your emotions and your physical body, and it's about, just like the sun can be associated with your father, the moon can be associated with your mother, but the moon sign is associated with your emotions, it's associated with your body, it's associated with your home, okay? So yeah, you can listen to all three and kind of get a, you know, more overall picture. Okay, you can do that as well. So let's start with Aries. Okay, Aries, let's shuffle these cards. Okay, so Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. The message for you for this Virgo new moon. There's my little kitten crying. Okay, 2, 4, 5, yes. And also one of these cards. Okay, these are known as destiny cards. Destiny cards, okay. It has nothing to do with destiny, but there's a message there for you. Okay, I'll just put it there. I started using these cards. I've had them for so long, but I started using them again. Also in Insta readings. Okay. 9 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Nines. The Moon. King of Wands. And Ace of Swords. Okay. So you, well, what I see here is something to do with, yes, you know, I know tarot cards have specific meanings, okay, but sometimes these meanings change depending on the channeling that comes through. Okay, so I'm getting this strong message coming through that does not relate to your money or what you need to protect. Or yes, the protection is there, but it's about your physical body. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so what I'm getting is something related to finding grounding and restructuring, okay, that relates to your health, but also your daily routine, okay, because I'm seeing something that relates to how you lead your life, okay. And what I see here is the moon will have a very strong, the moon's here, right in the middle, okay. So the moon is going to, during the moon, you are going to experience something which relates to your health or how you go about your daily, you know, routine, work or home or whatever, okay. This, whatever it is that you're going to experience during the new moon, okay, what you're going to realize, you're going to have some sort of clarity in regards to what you're doing wrong, okay. It's a feeling. It's not like a, it's more of an intuitive feeling thing that comes through, okay, during the moon. It's not going to be like a aha moment. It's not going to be like a realization. It's more like an internal, intuitive, or even gut feeling situation, okay. So you're going to go, why am I doing this? Or I don't feel well when I do this, or I could do this a different way, or I don't like the way my life is structured, or my daily habits, or what I eat, or, okay, so you're going to find that, and you're going to be able to lead your life in that kind of way, the way you would prefer, where the clarity is coming through. Clarity of, yes, I know, I really know. It's like a, you know, it's more of that clear it's, you know, besides the feeling, it's more the knowing. It's the clear cognizant ability that arises during the moon about your health, about your daily routines, your life, and maybe your money, okay, and maybe your money as well. And this is something that's stemming from the past, okay. So it's saying, well, you know, maybe I should eat this way, maybe I should exercise that way, maybe I should schedule my work in this manner, okay. You will lead your life in more clarity of, you know, it's more like an inner feeling, in a knowing of what is best for you, okay. You might even get glimpses of yourself being in a better version of yourself, okay. which is going to make you strive towards that. Okay, now what do we see here? Initiative. Okay, well, you'll take the initiative to change your lifestyle in some way. Okay, that's what I'm getting here for you. Okay, so that is you, Aries. Let's move on to the next sign, which is my Taurians. Okay, so Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see what comes through for you. Okay, Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see what's coming through. Okay, what am I seeing here? Well, I see a lot of this. Three of Cups represents enjoying yourself. Okay, it could even represent romance, passionate times. Yes, I'm seeing the passionate times there. I'm seeing the romance there. What is this? Okay. During this time, what you're not meant to do is bring yourself out of balance. Okay, by maybe being too blunt, too forward. You know, like it's like if you are, how can I say this? There's this saying, grumpy old man. Okay, if you're always like, I'm right, it has to be this way, you know, if you're trying to always prove something, okay, you won't enjoy this time. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go with it, find synchronicity with everything. Okay, mind, emotions, physical body. You know, you need to find a balance with your physical and spiritual self, and you need to find moderation in everything. Okay, moderation. Yes, there is the passion there, and there is the ability to socialize that's coming through. This is saying that successfully something that was stagnant in your life, especially romance, love, anything that is creative, because you could be like passionate about an idea or passionate about an experience or something. Okay, this is coming through. You're becoming more creative. Okay, that's another energy that's coming through, because we've got all of these elements. If you look at the elements, fire and water are all creative energies. Okay, so your creativity is emerging, and this here is saying that you're going to be very successful with it. Okay, it's almost like being seen for your creativity. Okay, being seen for that creative ability. Okay, but there's a lot of socializing during this month as well. Okay, or or should I say this moon, around this moon. Okay, a lot of socializing. You may actually, if you're single, you may actually meet someone during this time. Okay, but creativity is there. You're overcoming your fears. Okay, just don't get stuck on ideas. Okay, allow change to occur, allow to go with the changes. Okay, don't be stuck with, and you know, like, don't be stubborn and stuck with this is how it's meant to be, or not going to come out of that structure. Okay, it's very Taurus energy when you're kind of like hard to move out of, you know, like a lot of Taurians don't like change. Okay, but here during this time you're asked to be ready for change. Don't forget, it's the 0 degree. Okay, new things are emerging. So as long as you have moderation in everything, okay, you'll be okay. Okay, don't fight against the changes that are coming through. Okay, go with it, and allow your creative side, your romantic side to come through, because I'm seeing that very strongly there. Let's see what the message is for you. Action. Okay, everything's in action. You need to go with it. You need to act with it. You need to flow with it. Okay, take action. Don't stay stuck. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so that's for you, Taurus. Okay, if you have a desire to write that book, draw that, or paint that, or sew that, or design that, this is the time. Okay, that's for you, Taurus. Enjoy the moon. Okay, let's move on to the next sign, which is Gemini. So Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Let's see what comes through for you. Oh, okay. Let's keep those two together because they actually jumped out together. Okay. Feels like there's a lot of messages coming through for you, Gemini. And one of these cards. Queen of Wands and the Empress. The Sun. Ooh. The Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Hermit. And the message we have is appropriateness. Okay. What do we see here? What messages are we getting here? So it feels like, you know, Queen of Wands represents transformation. It's self-transformation. Okay, she has the ability to transform herself. If you see the lion there, you know, in other tarot decks, she has the black cat there. She's very spiritual, but she's very Pluto. Okay, she has the ability to self-transform. She's powerful, and we've got the Empress there as well. The Empress here represents creativity, but it can also represent how you connect with a female figure, like a mother figure. Okay, a mother figure. It could be your mother, it could be you as you being the mother. It could also represent motherland or where you live. Okay, can represent your home, because it's more of that, you know, mothering, nurturing kind of energy. So I'm getting this energy that's coming through. We also have the sun, which is associated with father figures as well. Okay, but it's more so related to something that is more good, positive, you know, like uplifting, bright, light. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. It's almost like, you know, I feel as though there could be like a house move, because this represents movement or house move. Okay, so or it can represent something about the house or home, okay, that relates to either a mother figure or a father figure. I'm getting both coming through, but more the mother figure is there. Okay, and it feels as though there's a lot happening. Okay, there needs to be maybe some things moved around. It's a little bit too hard, it's too heavy, or there's too much to do. Okay, so that's the kind of energy I'm getting. But what I see here and here are good things. Okay, so this is saying don't get wound up with you know, don't make an anthill into a huge mountain in your mind. Okay, so don't get so wound up about the things that you have to do. Okay, because new beginnings. Okay, there's a new beginning there. Yeah, it's positive, it's good. I'm seeing you know, yes, you may be moving. This does also represent movement. Maybe you're moving a lot of things. Okay, movement. Or you're making some sort of adjustment in your home. Maybe someone is visiting you, or you're going somewhere visiting someone else, okay, where you're moving stuff around, or making room for guests, or you're moving with your luggage, or something like that, and you're moving somewhere else. Okay, it's a new beginning, it's a new thing. I've got the Hermit here. Okay, the Hermit can represent your ability to find time to yourself when you want to. Okay, it will be appropriate for you to have that, and we got appropriateness here. Okay, it's saying that regardless of, you know, changes being happening in your home, changes happening in the home or around the home, or people, family, etc., you will be able to find time for yourself, alone time. Okay, you will not get overwhelmed. You will find alone time to work or do what you have to do within the home. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. Okay, but I'm getting new beginnings. Okay, that relate to, it could be maybe people are coming over to stay long term, or you're moving somewhere else completely. It's a new beginning. Okay, but there is some sort of mother figure that is involved there. This could also be like, if you know, if you're a young female, it could be maybe you could be expecting, like it could be like a new, you know, pregnancy. It could be a pregnancy, or someone within the family is expecting a pregnancy. Okay, the baby. So we're seeing that as well. That's the possibility there. There is a possibility, but I'm not saying it's definitely. Okay, there is no such thing as definite. Everything is experienced in regards to how you perceive your life. Okay, how you make it happen. So what I see here is the possibilities are there. But there is a new beginning that relates to home, traveling, or moving. Not as in traveling for a holiday, it's more like maybe, but it's more like moving things in the home, around the home, or moving to another home, or people moving into your home. Okay, something like that. Maybe mum moving into your home, or you're moving to like a mother figure coming to your home, something like that. Okay, the energies of the cards are very, you know, like coming through as that. But what I see through the message is that regardless of what happens within the family or around the home, you will be able to find alone time for yourself, okay, which is something that you will probably want when there are, you know, a lot of people around. Okay, you will be able to find alone time, which is a good thing. Okay, so that's for you, Gemini. Enjoy the moon's energies. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Okay, let's see what comes through for Cancer. Okay. Connecting with the world, expanding. Look, 3 and 3. 3 is associated with communication, creation, creativity, communication. So we see that expansion. We see the world. The world represents connecting to the world. It can represent a cycle as well, but let's see the rest of the cards. Okay, so what I'm seeing, yes, there is definitely travel, okay? But there's also lots of communication, maybe international communication. There's a lot of what I see here with these 2 cards: networking, expanding, communicating, connecting, collaborating, expanding, networking, international networking, internet. Okay, so there's a lot of that happening there, but I also see travel, okay, in the energy. So traveling could be coming through maybe towards the end of, maybe around autumn, because I'm getting this energy here, okay, around autumn. So end of summer, beginning of autumn, around that time, okay, there could be travel coming through. But there's a lot of this connecting, collaborating, communicating, networking stuff happening during this time. I've got the Temperance card here with these cards. This is very Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is associated with the 9th house. It's known as in astrology as the house of God, or it's just the name for it. It's not really associated with the house of God. It's just the name. It's because it's a very spiritual. It's a very spiritual placement, and it's all about learning, expanding, traveling, and philosophy and spirituality and religion. Okay, but it's also associated with growth and growth and abundance and so forth. And what we have here is expanding. Okay, expanding. We've got, you know, traveling, different cultures. All of that energy is coming through beautifully. Okay, so this is basically saying that yes, there's going to be lots of communication and networking and collaboration and, you know, connection and so forth, but there could be travel and also luck and expansion during this time. Okay, you're also healing from something. Okay, there is a healing energy coming through, which could be related to your spirituality or creativity. Okay, that's coming through as well. That energy is coming through. Now let's see what comes through these cards as a message. Freedom. Freedom. So basically what this is saying is, for you to feel the freedom, you need to have moderation. Okay, moderation is very important. You need a little bit of this and a little bit of that to feel the freedom. If you're doing too much of the same thing, you're actually becoming a slave to that. Okay, you're not having the freedom. So yeah, freedom. Experience the freedom. Free yourself. Heal yourself. Experience the freedom. Be able to give and receive. You also see there. Okay. So those are the messages that are coming through for you, Cancer. Okay, enjoy the moon's energies. All right, next we've got Leo. Let's see. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What are the messages for you? Okay, we've got, you know, all of these poking out and saying me, 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 me. So I'm going to like bring these cards out for you, Leo. One more. Money. Okay, what I've got is something related to self-worth, transformation, money. There's something about money coming through. Okay, so it's this could be like how you pay off a debt. It could be what you earn, what you own. It could be your legacy. It could be your business. It could be, you know, absolutely anything that finance is connected to. It could be your property. Okay, but it's something that relates to your, you know, it is yours only. It's not a shared thing. It's yours only. Okay, so what I see here is worries, doubts, fears are ending. Okay, we see that coming through. Something is ending in the financial arena. Okay, because there are certain adjustments being made. It feels as though there could be, like, you know, how would I say this? Maybe there are other people involved, okay? Maybe there are people across the other side of the world that are involved. I mean, you know, day and age, you know, a lot of networking and international, you know, people work online and they sell things online, or they do some sort of service online. So it's almost like, you know, international revenue, you know, earning income through there. I do see that, you know, adjustments are being made, and you're adding something new, okay? The old way of doing things is ending, okay? The old way of earning money is ending. You're adding something new to it, okay? So a new way is being added, and it's like an additional thing that's coming through, an additional, okay? It's not like something's totally changing. You may be adding something extra there that you may be doing, okay? So I'm getting that coming through, and transforming, okay? Look at this, Leo. Look at this, okay? The lions there, we've got lion heads on the throne. This is associated with Leo as well, okay? It's fire sign. So this is basically saying that your values, okay? You're looking at your values. You're transforming yourself to the better version of yourself. Now, when we say we're transforming to the better version of ourselves, we're becoming the better version of ourselves, is a never-ending story. Because once we become the better version of ourselves, of who we were, then that becomes dormant, and we have to become the better version of that, and that, and that, and that, and so forth. So it's like a never-ending story that keeps evolving, and it keeps evolving, and keeps evolving, okay? So this is saying that you're actually evolving, because the death card represents a new beginning. The old cycle is ending, a new cycle is beginning, okay? Don't forget the 0 degree of new beginnings with the new moon, okay? So this is saying that a new version of yourself is coming through. A new version of yourself that sees self-worth, that sees your values, that sees how to add extra effort to attain more wealth, okay, money, and so forth. So whatever it was that you're worrying about, that is ending, that is being completed, okay? So that's what I'm seeing there for you, Leo. Let's see what the message is. Communication, okay? So communication is very important. Whatever it is that you may be adding as an extra or additional income, okay, may involve communication. Involve some sort of communication. This could be working online, international revenue, things like that, networking, okay, or working online, yeah, communication, some sort of communication is coming through, okay? So that's what I'm getting there. And it's something that involves working from home, because this represents the home, okay? You could be doing something that involves working around the home, within the home, yeah, something like that, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, Leo, okay? Enjoy this new moon. Enjoy the new moon energy. Okay, we got Virgo next. So Virgo, sun, moon and rising. This is your moon. Okay, what does this mean for you? So Virgo with the moon there just represents being in the first house. It's all about you, yes, because it's your moon. Okay, and it's about changing something that relates to you personally. It's a personal thing, it's not a collective thing. Okay, when it comes to if it's your moon, it's something about yourself. Okay, so maybe some sort of realization or a physical thing or an emotional thing or even a material thing that you're looking at how to change. Now it's a Virgo moon and you're Virgo, so let's see what comes through for you. Okay, firstly, what you need is moderation and balance in everything. Okay, that's coming through. And grounding, stability, moderation, and balance in whatever it is that you decide to do. You know, you may want to add a new wardrobe or get a new hairstyle or do something for yourself. Okay, you need moderation and you need to be grounded. Okay, yes, there are choices coming through for you. You may decide on starting something new that involves attaining more income. That's coming through as well. Okay, the choices, whatever it is that you make, the choice, make sure that you make it with not for the sake of, you know, making a choice, not because it's in trend, not because you think it's the right choice because of what a certain person said, or even, you know, like there's a scientific background to it, etc. You have to feel the love, the passion, or you need to feel motivated by it. You need to feel the drive. You need to feel the urge to with love. You know, it's like, I love this idea. I really want to do that. I really want to experience that. I really want to go and do bungee jumping. You know, whatever it is that you feel very much a drive, like you love the idea or you love the thought of it, the feeling of it. Okay, the love energy needs to be there for you to be able to make the choice. It's not an emotional thing. Okay, it's not associated with emotions. It's associated with the passion. Okay, and when you're making these choices, okay, from the beginning you're asked to have moderation. Don't go overboard. A little bit of everything. Okay, in a balanced way. It has to nurture and nourish your body, your mind, your heart. Okay, in every possible way. Stay grounded. Okay, I know, Virgo, you will probably not go off and, you know, do this airy-fairy stuff, but who knows? Okay, so it's saying stay grounded. Okay, and don't with this one. Okay, with this one, it's saying that when you're making these changes for yourself, you need to be a little bit more okay to spend a little bit more. Okay, now you're asked to be grounded, not to overdo anything. Okay, to do it in moderation, but not to be stingy as well, basically. Okay, it's saying that you need to when you feel it, do it. That's what the love energy is coming through. Now that's the message I'm also getting as well. It's saying don't look too much into the details. Okay, and don't have that mentality of am I worth this, or can I afford this, or do I have enough, or can I do without this? Okay, if you know, at the end of the day, you will have money. You will have it. Okay, it's just saying that don't deny yourself the experience of something that you want to experience. Okay, that's what I'm getting as a message, whatever it may be. Enthusiasm, there we go. You need to feel the enthusiasm. Okay, listen to it and go with it. Don't deny it. Okay, don't deny the experience for yourself because of fear of lack of finance. Okay, you will have the finance, you will have your security. Okay, your stability will be there. Don't let fear overtake it. So that's a message for you, Virgo. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Okay. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What do we see? Okay, we've got the Tower card there, the World card as the major arcana. Oh, what is this telling me? Okay, so something is definitely changing. Okay, it's like something old is changing. The cycle is ending. Something is changing, and it's changing for the better. Now, we do know that, you know, this new moon is at 0 degree. It's all about new beginnings at the personal as well as the collective level. It's like a new world order kind of thing. Okay, new world. This could be the time where the world is, you know, splitting. You know, that everyone's been like talking about the world splitting in two, the old world and the new world. Yeah, so we do see this energy coming through, and this energy is connected to the old and the new. Okay, for you, Libra. So it's an internal thing. It's not well, it can be external as well, but it's more like an internal thing that's coming through. It's very spiritual. Okay. It's like certain things from the past, maybe what you said in the past or what you experienced when you were a child, can also come through. Okay, so I'm getting all of this energy that relates to past experiences. It's like the cycle is returning. It's like back to the point, 0 point, back to the 0 point, back to the beginning. Okay, well, the sun and the moon are at 0 degree during a new moon. Okay, so it's the energy that relates to new beginnings. But when we have new beginnings, the old does not stay behind. It's a cycle. So the old is here and the new is there. It's like the snake holding its tail. Okay, say the point of the old is here and the point of the new is here. they're connected. Okay, so it's like a cycle, it's connected. So the old is very, very close point connected to the new. So what this means is that when the transition or the transformation occurs from the old to the new, you're still in contact, you're still in close proximity to the old. Okay, in other words, you can't really let go of the old. You have to fully internalize what you've experienced to be able to start the new. Okay, so this energy is saying that there are a lot of internal things that are coming through. Okay, maybe closures. Okay, and issues from the past or experiences from the past, or what you said in the past, or what you did in the past as a child, or what you said in the past, maybe last week, for example. It doesn't have to be like years ago, it could be like a couple of days ago. Okay, can come and alter your life in a way. Okay, because I'm getting this tower with the world. It's almost like deja vu. Okay, that's what I'm getting, deja vu like energy. Okay, let's see what comes through with these destiny cards. Okay, what is it saying? Commitment. Okay, what does that mean, commitment, for you? Okay, the message is coming through as, you know, this is saying commitment, but the message here is that's coming through in the channeling, they're asking you to stay committed to the experience, that spiritual experience, that spiritual evolving, not to fear it and run away from it. Okay, stay committed to that. It's almost like going through the dark night of the soul. Okay, don't be afraid of it, face it, commit to facing that, commit to experiencing what you have to experience. It's like confirmation, but the confirmation is through closure. The confirmation is through confronting. The confirmation is through perception. So these are the energies that are coming through. You're asked to protect your energy during this moon, okay? Especially around the moon, so 3 days before, 3 days after, and during the moon. Protect your energy, okay? Try to kind of like have time alone, separate from everyone, okay? Be in your own space. And you're asked not to talk or communicate as much, because certain things that you communicate during this time, or a communication that you have with another, is very much going to be a new programming for you. Okay, it's almost like rewiring, or almost like so for example, if you're having a conversation with another person and it's like you're gossiping, okay, I'm just going to give you an example this way. You're gossiping about a certain person and how they are and how they should be, and you know, it's like you're kind of like talking bad about this person, or I wouldn't say bad, it's almost like, you know, putting them down kind of thing, you know, like, but not to their face. It's like you're talking about them to another person, gossiping about them. And what's happening is that that mentality is being programmed into you. Or it could be something like, I hate that colleague that I work with, or the type of work that I do is very hard. Life is hard. You know, kind of like having a conversation like this with another. It could be a conversation about health with another. And what you're doing is the negative talk that's coming through is becoming programmed into you. Okay? So someone may, you may have a discussion about health. Okay? And someone may say something that according to them is good advice. Okay, they may say, don't eat that because it causes this. Okay, don't forget that we are who we think we are, and our focus of attention is what manifests our reality. Okay, wherever attention is, that's where wherever your focus is, that's where energy flows to it. Okay, so the information that you receive during this time from another person may not be negative on the surface, but it could be something that could manifest as being something negative within you. Okay, so for example, if they say, oh, don't eat that product because it causes diabetes. Okay, now you're programmed with that mindset. So if you at any point eat that, it may manifest in you that way. Okay, words are programming spell, magic spell. Okay, words are spells or programming or hypnotizing. Okay, so programming, hypnotizing, modern terminology to spells. Okay, so when you're having conversations with other people, protect yourself best during this time, during the new moon. Stay away from people. Have your own space. Okay, keep your energy clear. Okay, it's about you connecting with yourself during this time. Okay, you may realize that certain aspects of yourself are falling away. Okay, like because they don't have a strong footing or a foundation. So certain parts of you are changing, and it's okay. Okay, because change is inevitable. Okay, it's the only reality. There's nothing else but change. Okay, so we can't avoid change. So stay committed to being authentic. Stay committed to being your true self. Stay committed to having your boundaries, your energy boundaries, and protecting your energy. Okay, so that's what I'm getting as a message for you. Okay, so enjoy this moon energy. Okay, who have we got next? Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what comes through for you. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. One more. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, so what I have here is connection to your environment. Okay, this could be your social scene, connecting to your environment, your social scene. This could also be connecting to people online. So it's not just in real life, you know, face to face in a social circle where you're socializing. It's also online. So we do see that world card. In our day and age, the world card is more associated with the internet, where we connect with others. Okay, so I see that as well. But we've got the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess is saying you are intuitively, because the High Priestess is the most intuitive figure in the tarot deck. So it's saying that intuitively you are going to recognize your social circle, or should I say your spiritual family. Okay. And you are going to reunite with them. There's also a reunion with people that you haven't seen for a long time or for a while, okay, where you will be starting something new. It could be an experience, a project, or it's basically something fun, okay, because we're getting this planning to do something, initiating, starting to do something, okay. So it could be like getting together with friends and you're starting something new, and it could, like I said, it could be a project. It could be, you know, people coming from far away, because I see that there. But I also feel as though during this time you are going to recognize some of your soul family members, okay, where they will be like new people coming into your social circle. You'll be reorganizing the people in your life, okay. So I'm getting that energy coming through. Let's see what the message is. Trust. Okay, it's saying trust your intuition, trust your intuitive feelings, trust it, okay. So trust that once you do trust, you will know, okay. A knowingness will come through. So that's what I'm getting for you, okay? So enjoy the moon. Okay, we've got Sagittarius next. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What's up, Sag? I'm Sag myself. Just want to say that, but my rising. So I'm one of you, okay? Yeah, let's see what comes through for us. Well, I would say I'm Scorpio and Sag rising, right in the middle there. Okay. But more Sag, yeah. I'm getting doubles here, Sagittarius. Double cards are popping out. So obviously there's a lot of messages there for you, okay. Let's see what it is. Okay, it's something to do with investments, money, and maybe business, work. Yeah, work. Getting this, it feels as though work has been holding you down. It feels like you're a slave to your job at times. Do you feel that way? Okay, so if you're a working Sagittarius, that's probably how you feel, okay, or how you have been feeling lately. And there are some changes coming through, okay. the thing that's been holding you back from work is confusion in regards to home and family, okay? Maybe house, okay, or home and family. The main thing is, should I invest my time and efforts into this? Okay, that's what's coming through. Now, what I see is that the more you see yourself being, now I'm getting this, like, if you're female, well, regardless of gender, if there is a male figure that is around you that you feel is kind of like, you feel like you're in a toxic relationship. I wouldn't say it's toxic. I would say that, well, it feels as though it's more like control. Okay, that's what I'm getting, more than toxic. Okay, now that can be toxic as well, but not to the point where toxic can be, you know, abusive and emotionally and mentally and physically abusive. But this is more like there is control, okay, and you have the ability to maneuver that, okay. So how you think about the situation, your perception about the situation you're in, whether it is a long-term relationship situation, a job, boss, employee situation, if you're married and you're a female, well, you know, I can't really put it into gender nowadays, but you know, in generally speaking, if you have a husband, okay, it could be that, you know, it's also associated with that figure. You may feel like, you know, there's a lot of stuff around this person that is controlling you, and you feel kind of like don't know what to do, okay, confused, okay, and it relates to home, relates to work, it relates to money, it relates to finance, it relates to business. All of that is coming through. Now you're overcoming this, okay, you're overcoming all of this. You're going to take an important step towards career, okay, because that's what this is about. You're investing, it's a new job, it's a career, okay, you're taking new important steps towards career, and there is some sort of promotion or job change and more, and it's successful. There is success there, okay. I'm getting that success energy coming through. It's a new beginning for you with success, maybe even fame. Look, this is good, okay, this is really good. But the thing is, what you're thinking, what you know, you may think confused, you may think you're confused about family, money, work, career, etc. Yeah, you may feel like you're being pushed and pulled in all directions by maybe a husband figure or a boss, an employer, okay, and this may cause a lot of internal strife for you, but you're overcoming all of that. Or should I say, what you thought in your mind or what you perceived is not exactly what it is, okay. I see you overcoming, or I see you successful, okay, in your endeavors. I see you successful, and new beginnings there for you, okay, new beginnings. So that's what I see, okay. So don't feel so down. All is well. You'll be okay. You're good, okay. So that's what I'm getting. Oh, your message. What is the message? Clarity. Okay. So clarity. Remember how I said you're kind of like feeling confused? Let's put these cards out again, okay? Okay, so confusion there, feeling like you're being pushed and pulled in all directions. You're gaining clarity, okay? Clarity is coming through where you're succeeding, the promotion is coming through, the success is coming through, the fame and all of that is coming through, okay? So that's for you, Sagittarius. Enjoy the moon. What have we got next? Capricorn. Capricorn, a sun, moon or rising. How you doing, Cap? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see how this moon will be affecting you. You're both earth element, earth signs. What does it mean for you? And Capricorn, you know, Saturn is in 0 degrees as well. Saturn rules your sign, so there's also an element of that there as well. Let's see if that's going to come through in the tarot. Any message there for you? Okay. Well, I see the home here. Feels like a family. Mother, husband, mother, father, child, family, home. Okay. Some sort of ending and rebirth. Okay, we've got the death card here, which represents a cycle ending, but after the cycle ends, there is a new beginning. Okay. So, now what they're telling me is that there's a lot of stuff that involves either people coming from overseas or you're traveling overseas, something to do with family connections, the home. There's also something that relates to things that relate to money, legal matters that relate to money, maybe banking, etc. That's also coming through. Okay. So something's ending, okay, for a new beginning, okay. Something to do with overseas travel is coming through. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Confidence. Okay, do you have the confidence to fully let go of the past? Because the death card here is about letting go of the past. Do you have the confidence to fully overcome the old cycle and to begin the new cycle? So you need to emotionally and spiritually. So the Queen of Wands here represents your emotions. The King of Wands represents your passions, okay, your desires. So it's saying that you need to be fully in sync, okay, emotionally and, should I say this, passionately, or let's say spiritually. Okay, that's what I'm getting as a message, spiritually. So spiritual, modern terminology is energetic, so energetically, okay, emotionally, energetically, that's what I'm getting. This here is also the mind, the third eye. Okay, the Page of Cups is all about the third eye, the mind. It's about perception, you know, like, yes, it is, you know, very similar to Mercury energy, but it is Neptune. It's that, you know, what you make up in your mind, the illusions, delusions. It's also, again, related to spirituality. It's that creative ability to imagine. Okay, so emotions, energy, ideas, the mind, imagination. Okay, so we're getting all of those three there. And with this energy, it's almost like saying there is something that relates to, I'm getting overseas. It keeps coming through as something that relates to across water, because I get a lot of water coming through. But there is family connection, home house connection, money, banking, bank institution. That kind of energy is also coming through. Okay, when I look at this card, normally I don't see that when I look at this card, but this layout, they're showing me that. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And this here is saying that there's something, the way it was, it will never be the same. Okay, it's changing, complete change of a situation. This could relate to the way you're living, or the way family members are living. Something's changing. Okay, because I'm getting family and home house here. Also something relating to money and home and house, the bank, all of that is there. There could be now there could be someone going overseas to study. That's another thing that I'm being shown. Okay, someone is going overseas to study. Maybe your children are going overseas to study. Maybe you're going overseas to study. Okay, that is also coming through. Okay, so that's for you, Capricorn. Enjoy the moon energy. What have we got for Aquarius? How you doing, Aquarius? Okay, we're getting cards jumping out. Let's leave that the way it is. A wish coming true. Okay, the Nine of Cups represents the wish card. Okay, this layout is really good. Feels like a healing coming through that relates to a mother figure. Some sort of healing. This could relate to whatever it may be. It can even relate to money, finances, whatever it may be, that that you wanted to experience. Okay, it could be something that you've wished for such a long time, okay, but you had difficulty in attaining it. A female figure or a mother figure may actually assist you. Well, we do also have a male figure coming through. This could be like a father figure, because we see that child there, father and child, so it could be like a father figure that is assisting in some way, but there is a mother figure there as well, okay. So the connection is there. So there's like, you know, assistance to attain something that you've been, you know, you've wished for. This could be financial, it could be resources, okay. But all in all, it's really good, okay, because we're getting that Empress there. We've got the Nine of Cups there, which is abundance, fertility, you know, like joy, okay. There's joy there, there's healing there, there's creativity there, there's beauty there, okay, that's coming through. And we see the joy, there's passion there, okay. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Enjoy the moon, Aquarius. Okay, last but not least, Pisces, the mystics of the zodiac. Let's see what comes through for you. Okay. Okay, what do we see? Two aces, and we got the Page of Wands there, which is really good. They're all relating to new energy, okay? Now, the King of Cups and the Three of Confidence, okay? The King of Cups and the Three of Swords. If you've had issues with relationships, because this can be like feeling of separation, maybe physical separation, maybe separation, okay, or feeling mentally, emotionally separate, okay, from a loved one, because the King of Wands can represent someone that has their heart set on you, regardless of gender, okay. It's just an energy. It just represents someone who has their heart set on you, okay. It could be a partner, it could be your long-term partner, it could be someone that you've been separated from, or you feel like, you know, you're not getting along, there's rebelliousness there, you know, you want to go out and explore new frontiers, etc. These are the possibilities there, okay. What I'm getting here with the two aces, it's saying that this is the new beginning, or the new era, okay, new beginning for you in relationships, okay, because what we have here is that relates to relationships. Now, if you've had issues with a current relationship where you felt separated, even if you're not physically separate, maybe emotionally and mentally separated because you can't seem to communicate or get along. it feels as though there's going to be a clear communication and passion coming through. It represents constructive communication, okay? And it's going to mend things, it's going to heal, okay? Because this also represents healing the separation through clear communication and passion. Now, if you're not in a relationship, this can represent maybe a relationship coming through in that way, where you're healing from past issues and you're meeting up with someone who you have clear communication with and passion. There's new beginnings there. Okay, and you will attract attention, because I'm getting this and this. Now, as long as you've got the confidence, you will attract attention, okay? The confidence to love yourself, okay? Put yourself first. It's not being egoistic. It's about knowing that you have the right to be here. You have the right to take space. You have the right to breathe the air and be part of existence. You have the right to experience what you desire to experience without apology, okay? Without apology, you have the right to be and do whatever you want. Otherwise, you would not exist, okay? You're here for a reason. So if you've gone through situations where you feel the separation or the misery or, you know, the hurt, etc., that's healing. If you experienced it in a previous relationship and you're single, you could be attracting ones that are healing and that are very good with communication, okay? So it all boils down to confidence, and the more you are confident in life with yourself and knowing and accepting yourself, warts and all, with love, okay, then you will attract the right people into your life. And if you're already connected, if you're already in a relationship, you are attracting that person in a certain energetic way to yourself, where your connection is improving, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. It happens slowly. Energy, or should I say, the world that we live in, third dimensional world, the world that we live in, there is time, and it is part of the system. So it takes 12 hours for half a day, 24 hours for a whole full day. It takes 30 days for a month, or sometimes 31 or 28, okay? So there is time, okay? And certain things take time. So if you're already in a relationship and you're healing, it's not going to happen very quickly, but the communication part will, okay? You'll start to see communication flowing. Now, this could also relate to Mercury going forward, okay? Because it was retrograde, now it's going forward, communication is flowing, okay? That could also be a thing here as well. But it all boils down to confidence, okay? If you have the confidence, everything will, how would I say, follow suit, okay? You are your life, you are the projection, you are the experience. You see the world through your own eyes, not through other people's eyes. You see everything around you through your own eyes. So this world is yours. How are you going to experience it? Okay. if you imagine and believe that you're going to experience it in this way, then that's how you'll experience it continuously. If you have the confidence and heal from it and be confident about yourself and know that everything outside of you does not really exist, because everything's made out of atoms. It's, you know, when you look into the atom, it's 99.9% emptiness, air. There's nothing there. Only 1% maybe, okay? So 0.1%. So nothing really exists outside of you. Everything that's outside of you is a projection of your inner world. Okay? So the more you are aware of this and aware that you exist as the consciousness of who you are, and be present, because that's what this is all about. Be present and explore the now, okay, and be your authentic self by having the confidence to be the best version of yourself without apology, okay, then all things are going to fall into place. You've got good communications, passion, new beginnings, okay? So if you're single, possibility of a new relationship. If you're committed, communication evolves, new passions arise, okay? So that's what I'm getting here for you, okay, Pisces? So enjoy the moon energy, okay?